job is being created. And as Mayor Warren talked about, the Costco jobs are living wage jobs. Costco is an employer that recognizes the importance of paying its employees living wages and providing jobs with health insurance benefits, sick time, vacation time, jobs that actually allow working families to thrive and succeed in our area. We welcome new employers like that to Rochester. That's the type of philosophy that we like to see with our employers, and so we're excited to see this go forward. I especially want to thank Vinny Esposito working on behalf of the state to clear the way and work with the county to make sure that the children have an appropriate location to move to with the Children's Detention Center. And I want to commend Mayor Warren and County Executive Brooks for their leadership in making this happen, and also to Majority Leader Tucciarello. It's my full expectation tonight that we will pass the funding authorization for the capital budget. And it's also my full expectation and hope that we'll continue to work together on many important initiatives that both sides of the aisle want to see come to fruition. And so with that, I'll turn it over to Vinny Esposito for a few comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Good afternoon. I'm here today to represent Governor Cuomo and the considerable team effort at the state level that was involved to making today's announcement possible in partnership with the people behind me and the various agencies and staff they represent. This project really exemplifies what it takes to perform and bring to fruition a project of this magnitude across all levels of government and across the private sector. So for that, I'd like to offer some thanks for the project that has really been months of regular work, and in fact, years, right, Anthony? That we never doubt would come to this day, right? So I'd like to start with County Executive Brooks and her team, Dan DeLoss, Judy Seil, John Rizzo, Kelly Reed, and many others who I know are sick of being on conference calls with me, but we've worked through a lot of details in the past several months, and they've been terrific to work with. I'd like to especially recognize Mayor Warren. This is an announcement that I think symbolizes and announces her priority on making sure that we develop the city of Rochester and move forward together. I hope this is the first of many more announcements we'll be doing with her, and I'd like to congratulate her on today. To my former colleagues in the county legislature, I know what it's like to be in your shoes. I know what it's like to have been there last month. And I know the difficult decisions you're forced to make, but I'd like to commend you, especially Carrie Andrews and my former colleagues in the Democratic minority, for stepping up and making sure they do what's right for the community to bring these jobs to our community. And it is not an insignificant number. Carrie mentioned 300 just for the Costco project. It's in excess of 1,000 total jobs that will ultimately be at the CityGate project, and up to 1,500 construction jobs. This is not just another development. This is a major development, one of the largest investments in our city that we've seen in some time. You know, Governor Cuomo called me several times about this project, and in none of those conversations was he interested in the difficulties we were having. He just wanted to know how we were going to get it done. And I think that sense carried through my office down to my partners, but also to my partners in state government. You know, Empire State Development is in the business of helping business and developments occur, but we're not in the business of making sure that youth detention facilities are well served and secure and meet the needs of the youth and the staff that work there. So I have to give a big thanks to my colleagues at the Office of Children and Family Services and the Acting Director, Sheila Poole, as well as to the professionals at the Office of General Services. Without their work and the construction expertise they brought, there is no way we would have been able to get the industry site ready in the time frame it needed to meet the Costco and CityGate development time frame. And so to Commissioner Roy and Castillo, I'd like to say thank you. And I'd like to give a very big thanks to Kristen Proud, which is not a name many of you know. She is the former Deputy Secretary for Human Services under Governor Cuomo, who actually left in the middle of this project to become the commissioner at OTDA, but stayed on and worked directly with us every day, every step of the way to make sure this got done. And I think that sort of commitment came right through from the governor, right down through his staff and through me to make this happen. And I'd also like to recognize two people who, without their direct involvement, this announcement and this project would never have happened, and that is Assembly Majority Leader Joe Morelli and State Senator Joe Robach. They are in Albany today for the beginning of state session, but I am certain that if it was not for them pushing, along with the developer Anthony Costello and our partners, that this project would have been lost. Costco certainly would have been lost, and the whole CityGate project would be in jeopardy. So with that, it's my great pleasure to introduce the developer, Anthony Costello, a longtime friend. You know, I asked him when I came in, I was trying to remember the first time we discussed the CityGate project, and it was nearly 10 years ago. So this has not just been the last 6-7 months of hard work to move the Child Detention Center. but this has been literally a decade undertaking, and it shows what it takes in terms of perseverance and commitment to our community to make something like this happen. And I hope that other developers recognize that if he can succeed with something this complicated and this large, they can too. And we, the people behind me and others, will do everything we can to make that happen. So Anthony, congratulations on this announcement. Look forward to you getting to work at the site, and I'd like to bring you up to the podium.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vinny. There's so many people to thank, but first of all, I'd like to tell you, Vinny was right. It was 10 years since we started. Brett, my son, and I had started. We bought the property at an auction 10 years ago, and I had a full head of hair at that time. And since the last 10 years, you can see what's happened. But I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Governor Como, Majority Leader Morelli, Senator Robach, and Vinny Esposito. But the people that locally that had so much to do with it, Maggie Brooks and Lovely Warren, our new mayor. I just hope that the CityGate project and the Costco has something to do with the collaboration that will go on between the two, the county and the city. I noticed when I got an announcement of the press release, I don't know if the press noticed, how long has it been since you've seen a press release with the county executive's name on it and the mayor's name on it? It's been a while, I think. So I think there's so many people, I know I'm leaving people out, but we're happy that we're at this point today. And I talked with Costco this morning, though they don't make announcements on projects under development. They're excited to see that we finally come to this point. To give you an idea of what the future holds, we have to deliver a finished pad. That means that we have to deliver all the utilities, parking lot, all the lighting, everything finished, ready for Costco to put up their building. Costco will be hiring a national developer that will build the building, but they hire all local labor, which is important. I know Judy Siles is there. Thanks, Judy. But with a delivery of the pad on June 1st of this year, Costco will open on October 1st of this year. So we're happy for that, and I want to thank everybody that worked so hard to make this happen today. It's important for the state, and important for the city, the county, and I think important for the people of Rochester. Thank you very much.